I'm gonna try and do this video without getting. All right, so fuck, where do I sit? Man, it seems like every like few months someone's dying, someone's ODing, someone's gone. And this hits home, this is real close to me because when I was 6 years old, my father took his life, my father hung himself. I knew that my father had drug addiction. I knew that my father suffered from severe depression. And it's fuck, man. Shit. And it's so hard seeing shit like this and knowing like shit could be different. And everyone always says the same shit, like, damn, if only we can go back like one day, or only if we can like turn back time, or if someone could have told him, or someone could have said not to do this, or, and it's so fucked up because like you see this on the internet nowadays. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's the way we've interacted, or the way we've like become as humans with like social media or the internet. Is like we've lost the art of I think the most important thing to learn from this, the thing that we're losing the art of like real communication. Like person to person. Like picture this real quick. And I'm gonna share from example. Moments in my life where I feel like the worst. I struggle with anxiety often. I struggle with depression in my life. In moments where I feel the worst, the only thing, and I think a lot of you guys can relate to this, the only thing that has helped me get out of those moments, like so I can get out of my own head and live and be here, instead of like in my head about all the bad shit, like am I not good enough? Am I not worth it? Like the only thing is communicating, is talking to someone else. Like someone else being able to say, yo, you're gonna be okay. Someone else trying to find out, like someone talking to you and being like, what's going on? Not just when things are great, because it's so hard nowadays. Everything's like, especially on the internet, it's like everyone's life is just, you see it, it's like, oh, it's amazing. They post their Instagram, their best photos, their best angles, their best shots, like, wow, that's amazing life. And then someone will see it, and even though it may not even be the truth, it may not even be the reality, because they're making it look that way, right? You see it, and you're a person, you're like, man, maybe I'm not that pretty, or I'm not that handsome, I don't have that much money, I don't have a beautiful girlfriend, I don't have a job that I want, I don't know what I want to do. This person, they have it all, I don't have anything, I don't feel good about myself. Like, there's that whole dynamic that happens with people. And then there's a whole other aspect of it where you see someone like maybe me, for example, or Mac Miller, or fucking Demi Lovato, or anyone who's like, and I'm just bringing those people because they're current, but like anyone who's a celebrity or someone on the internet, right? Or not just the internet, just in the world, you used to consider someone who's like popular, right? A lot of times I think people look at those people who have money and things and cars, or things that like maybe you want, or things that you strive to get. And I think a lot of people think like, oh, well, those people have those things, so like they're good. Like they're good in here. And it's shitty, not like, and the reality is, I'm not saying it's just affecting famous people or people who have money and cars. It's affecting everyone. The point that I'm trying to make, and the point that I'm trying to say is like, it's sad to see on the internet when like it's all bad. Everyone has so much to say. Everyone has so much to talk about. Like when it's too late, almost, in a sense. Like the dude is gone, Mac Miller is dead. It's too late. So now we're all talking about it. So it's like, I guess I didn't want to make this video to make it just like I'm just trying to sit here to talk about this thing, but I want to talk about like, okay, what can we do better? And I'm telling you from my own personal experience, I believe the thing that's most important is fucking talk to someone. Like, if you feel you have bad anxiety, or if you feel you have depression, or you don't feel good about yourself and it lingers and it's an everyday thing and it's a constant struggle and it feels like it's getting worse, you need to find someone to talk to. And it sucks because, like, I think part of why it's becoming harder and harder to talk to create that communication with other people is because of this whole, like, fucking internet thing where everyone, a lot of times they put their best life out there, and you see it, and almost maybe internally as a person, you're like, well, I don't want to say I don't feel good, or I don't want to say I'm not happy, because, you know, to be successful, you got to feel good and be happy, and those people are good and they're happy, and my perception of that is that. And so if I want to be successful or be happy, I gotta tell people I am, even what if I'm not really? And so I think it's hard because you see this, like, world in a light that it may not, and it's just straight up not like that always. And then you feel bad that, am I good enough? Do I have everything that I need? And it's so fucked up nowadays where it's like, yo, all we need to do more as people, I think the only thing that could ultimately not fix this, because it's never gonna disappear or go away, right, is communicate, is talk more. Like, if you feel bad about yourself, if you don't feel good, like, it's hard to say to someone else, I'm not happy with myself. Fuck. And I could say, like, on a fucking personal tip, like, there's like, there's times in my life where I'll sit around and I'll be like, man, fuck, is there something wrong with me? Like, I'm not as happy as I should be, right? I wonder, do I struggle with depression at times, like, still? And but I have all these things, like all these things I've always wanted. And you think, like, yeah, like, you know, of course this person's happy. Because of what you see, or what I post. And if you read deep, if you look deep, like, I mean, you listen to someone's music or the way someone talks, like, they tell you, it maybe not in exact words, to be like, hey, I need help. But sometimes people need help and they're afraid to ask for it, or they're afraid to show that they need help. And I know people listening to this, you can relate in a sense, like, I'm sure at some point in your life you felt like you needed help, you didn't know who to ask, you didn't know how to ask, you were afraid to ask. But I'm, like, urging you people, like, if you have ever struggled with anxiety, depression, like, mental health's not a fucking joke. Like, just because this shit is, like, not, like, physical, you don't see it. Like, it's not like, oh, I got my arm cut off, like, obviously I need help with this shit, can you help me? Like, it's in here, but, like, this is ultimately the most powerful tool, period. Everyone knows that. So it's like, why are we not treating this? Why are we not trying to, like, share this, talk about this, communicate? The most important thing that you can learn from shit like this, how can you be better at communicating with the people around you? People that you know need help. Are you afraid to reach out to someone because you're like, say you love them, but you're afraid to their reaction, they'd be like, what the fuck? But, like, wouldn't it be better to deal with that awkward situation than, like, oh man, I always wanted to ask that person if they were good, now they're dead. Like, which one would you rather have? It's like, now this person's passed away and everyone's like, man, you might be a person in his life, and I'm not close to him in his life. You may be a person like, man, I wish I could have, like, maybe say, yo, you should stop doing that. You should stop taking that drug. Like, it's not going to be good for you. And I don't know if it's like today's society with, like, this whole, like, just drugs are like fucking glorified in a sense. And I mean, specifically in, like, the hip hop community is like, it seems to be like a fucking, I don't know, dude, like a thing that it's like, oh, let's, and I don't know, maybe some of those people should step up and be like, yo, not just a post on fucking, maybe there should be some sort of fucking, I don't know, man, I'm not in charge of this shit. I can't decide what people do. I can't make people go and do certain things. I can't make you guys do anything. But what I'm trying to tell you guys that you can do, listen to me, if you want to, you can talk more, you can communicate, you can fuck feeling awkward, fuck feeling bad about asking someone, like, how the fuck is someone doing? Like, if someone really needs that, they're gonna tell you. And if someone doesn't need it, they're gonna tell you. The only loss is when you're like, man, I wish I could have said this. I wish I would have said that. Because like now in the situation, I think about my past and my childhood, like I can't say shit to my dad. I can't say shit like, you know, why'd you do it? Why are you gone? The only things I was saying was why me, and the thoughts that I had after that was all affecting me. And it's like, I know what it feels like to eat yourself up inside over shit that you can't change. But the only things that have ever helped me in my life is speaking about it. Even moments like this where I talk to you guys on camera, I'm like, I'm trying my best not to cry, like, but it's moments where like, I even feel like I'm able to release, like to let it out. And all I'm saying, I don't fucking know everything, but I do know that talking, that allowing yourself to let out your thoughts, your feelings to another human being is one of the most powerful things. Just listen. If you know someone who needs help, just listen to them. Hey, I'm here to listen to you if you want to talk. And if you need to talk, hey, I just need someone to talk to. Just listen to me. That's where it starts. Because if it's just up in here and it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like you're just debating with yourself some shit that you already kind of know, and you're almost just making it worse, and it's building versus like you could say something to someone else and be like, well, have you ever thought of it this way? Because it's outside of your own perspective. So get a different perspective to weigh in on a situation. Try and find someone who loves you, someone who cares, or someone who's unbiased, and just talk to them. And listen. Don't just be like, no, because I think this. Like, this is the reality. It's just what I think. I'm just going to bounce this around in my head forever. Like, I've done that shit for so long in my life. And the times when I felt the most relieved is when I went and I talked to someone who meant something to me. And I said, hey, this is how I feel. I don't want to feel like this anymore. So listen, I love you guys. Just communicate. Talk more. Like, shit like this is never going to stop happening because it's life. But like, if you feel like you could make a difference in someone's life before it's too late, or just help make someone's life better, like, why not? Like it's all fitness stuff, working out is cool, physical health is cool, but like, let's get to this. Let's get to this mental health. Anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you watching. I didn't mean to cry. I appreciate all the support. I'm out. Thank you. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. Shit, man. Fuck. Yeah, that's it. I don't really know what else to say. I love you guys.